What's up, Geminites? It's your boy GemMint. Today I'm going to answer one of the most commonly asked questions on this channel. What do you do for a living, or how do you afford all this? So stay tuned. Alright, so I used to be part of a band called House of Pain, and then I had a solo career as Everlast. Nah, I'm just joking. But I used to always say that, and a lot of people believe me, man. One time somebody hit me on Facebook, and they were like, hey, your album really helped me get through hard times. And I was like, whoa, 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 I was just joking. I'm not Everlast. Yo, one time I had a troll that was like, oh, man, you're trying so hard to be Everlast or to look like Everlast. I'm like, bitch, I didn't even know what Everlast looked like until people started saying it on the channel. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway. Alright guys, so the reason why I wanted to make this video is because it's not like I just have this good ass job that pays for all this and everything's easy. There's a lot involved into it, and if you're part of a hobby, if you're a collector, I'm a big proprietor that the hobby should fund itself. So I'm going to kind of give you an idea of what I do or what I did to be able to, collect. First of all, I graduated high school with a GED, never went to college. I did some online courses. And I always got all A's. Like, I'm good at, book smarts, but just not really interested in it. I had kids at a young age. My wife, Fee, you guys know her on the channel. She got a job at the electric company. She told me, Steve, you got to work here. It's so easy. You just talk to people on the phone, customer service. You get paid by the hour. Boom. I applied. I actually didn't get it the first time, and I had to reapply again, and I ended up getting in with the electric company and started at the bottom. I mean, I think I started at like $11 an hour doing customer service. Now, mind you, I'm pretty good at it. As you guys can see with the channel, I can talk to people, and I like to help people, and it's a pretty easy gig, man. People calling because they have a power outage, they want more time on their bill, or whatever. So this is in 2007. I didn't think anything of it at the time. I just was going to work every day. Like I said, we had young kids or whatever. And I ended up moving up throughout the different levels of the call center until I was taking like elevated calls or whatever, supervisor calls. After a while, I moved up into management. I had my own team, and that's kind of where I'm at today. Now, I don't have my own team anymore. I only work for myself, but I've been with the company 12 years, and we were able to get it to where Fee doesn't have to work, and the job pays all the bills. But that's about it. If I relied on just my job, I would not be able to collect all this shit that you see here. So that's not the answer. If you are a collector, you buy things that hold, retain, appreciate, or sometimes depreciate in value, but they still hold value. It's not like doing drugs or buying hookers where you spend money and that's it. We buy things that you can sell later on. So if you want to amass a big collection, you're going to have to learn how to let some stuff go. So here's my first advice if you want to be a collector. And let's take single issue comic books for an example. When I first got back into collecting and buying single issue comics, I was always putting together a run. You start with issue 1, you buy every issue, and eventually the run ends or the storyline ends or whatever. You amass this run. What I would do is I would sell it, and I would take the money from that run and I would put it into something else. It's almost like you could say, why don't you just save money and put it in the bank? But that's boring, and nobody wants to save money, even though you should, and we can get to that. But basically, it's money in the bank, right? You're putting money into these issues, and you're filling up this box. And when you're done with that run, you've read it all. You've got your entertainment out of it. You've got your enjoyment out of it. Boom, sell it. And what I would recommend is you do that with a few runs. So let's say you spend $50 a week on a pull list or whatever. Eventually, you're going to cash out, and all that money is going to turn into one large lump sum. Then when you have that type of capital, you can put money into a key issue. Luckily, I'm a Marvel fan, and Marvel key issues tend to always go up, unless you're talking about movie hype books. Luckily, I like stuff like X-Men and Wolverine, and I bought those key issues, and I sat on them for a little while, and boom, they started to go up in value, and I sold them. So that's the key, man. You can't be scared to sell your shit. You could always get it back. These are material things. I like to build up a collection, and then when I get bored of it, I sell it and start working on something else. If you look at what I did with my statues, I built up a big statue collection. I was getting kind of bored of it. I sold it all. I bought a brand new truck. Now I have this big omnibus collection. Let's say one day I want to get into retro arcade cabinets. I don't got to come out of pocket. I could sell some of my collection, all of my collection, or whatever, and put it into something else. So that's the thing with me as a collector. I don't get married. I don't get too attached to stuff. I enjoy it until it's not enjoyable anymore, and then I get rid of it and get into something else. Why do I need to keep a statue there? Why? Because other collectors say you should keep it? Fuck what other collectors say, man. You use it for as long as you get enjoyment out of it, and then let that fly. Put it into something else. Now with me, I think it helps that, I worked in customer service for this electric company for 12 years. I think that really helped me because when I started my Instagram page, at first I was just showing off stuff I was buying, built up a little bit of a following. And then when I was ready to sell, I used those customer service skills with people that I dealt with. If somebody had a problem, I took care of it. I would never give them an attitude or try to get out of something. I would take a small loss any day because overall, I'm way the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So if I ship something and it got damaged, I'll just refund the whole thing. It's not going to happen every time. It happens 1% of the time. I never gave anyone attitude. I never cheated or fucked somebody over. I never scammed anybody. In doing so, I built up a solid reputation as a buyer and a seller on Instagram. I parlayed that into a very unique way to sell books, and then I started selling books for other people, which is the best gig I ever had because there's no financial investment, you're making commission off top, you got a good reputation with a pool of dealers and a pool of buyers, and you're making moves. At my current job, I doubt I'm ever going to make a larger salary than what I make now. Sure, I do get, merit raises and things like that. But I learned a long time ago, I'm probably at the higher end of what I'm ever going to get paid there. So if I want to enjoy other things, I'm going to have to create other streams of income. So that's what I'm all about. I like to create other streams of income. Some may generate more money than others, but it's cash flow. So right now, if you look at the YouTube channel, I took a hobby that I liked, I built it up into something that generates income, and that helps fund the hobby. Being that I had a big following on Instagram, a following on Facebook, a following on YouTube, that I'm able to get statues through XM Studios or other statue companies that don't sell to the States. I created a website to help do that. Boom, there goes another stream. I still got my Instagram hustle with buying and selling books on there. That's another stream as well. And I'm always looking for other things to get into. I'm always looking for ways that I can help make money within this hobby. And that's what makes it fun for me. I still read comics. I still collect things. I collect omnibus. I still collect statues. I enjoy the hobby that way, and I also enjoy the monetization of the hobby. I love how the hobby funds itself and you grow something to where the sky's the limit. There's no salary cap on where we could take YouTube, where we could take Facebook, where we could take the Instagram following. It's not like my job now. My ultimate goal would be to not have to have a regular job working for someone else and strictly work for myself. And to be honest with you, I probably could do that now, but it would just pay the bills and I wouldn't be able to afford all these perks and things that I like to collect. You know what I'm saying? So keeping the job, it pays the bills within the hobby, creating other streams that help fund the hobby and so on. I think that's pretty much it, man. So it's not so much what you do, man. It's kind of like my big thing is get something stable like a job to pay your bills. I always kept my overhead down. We didn't have car payments. Me and my wife both had cars that were paid off. They weren't brand new. I recently got the new car, but guess what? That shit's paid off. Brand new truck, 2019, because I flipped the hobby. Keep the overhead low. Man, watch your monthly spending, Netflix, Hulu. We need to do that now because we got HBO, Netflix, Hulu, all that bullshit that nobody watches. So we're probably going to have to go through and cancel all those monthly subscriptions. We're going to have to get Disney Plus because I'm going to have to watch and review these damn shows, but that's for the channel. The only bills I ever had was mortgage, phone, insurance, groceries. That's kind of like it, like only the necessities, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of everything I wanted to talk about, man. I would love to hear what you guys think, what kind of questions you have about making the hobby fund itself in the comments below. Hit the like on the way out. Show your boy some love, sharing kind of info on how I collect and how I fund the hobby. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We drop daily content. And if you're already subscribed, man, consider being a member. We have a new membership option on the channel where there's 3 tiers of different kinds of perks, which people seem to enjoy. We're about 42 members strong right now, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I really enjoy the membership. It's so much more one-on-one stuff. It's the people that really fuck with you. It's not trolls and haters thumbs downing it. Like every one of those behind-the-scenes videos or vlogs gets nothing but love, and I really enjoy it. So thanks for watching this, man. You guys stay minty fresh. Peace.